it was again another really hard space because you could see the division, you could see the elitism, you could see a lot of difference between how people are. Again, I did catch hold of one girl that I thought I would be friends with for good 2 years, who also left me. It was trauma bonding, but I think it's the best bonding to ever exist. I finally have people who are there for me. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel and a brand new episode of the Rida Point of View. I'm again at the podcast room here at Paper and Pie. I got myself hazelnut coffee. This is amazing. I needed this. We will be talking about friendships, but we will be concentrating more on positive friendships. How good friends can actually do so much for you. I'm going to give you my examples and you probably might be able to relate a little better every time a person's sharing their experiences. In the meantime, you can just be like, hey, did this happen to me? Did this not happen? So yeah, you can just correlate. But coming to friends, we're three girls, so my sisters are my friends. When I was a kid, I did not see them as my friends. I saw them as my biggest enemies possible ever. But I love them. I love them to bits and I am really, really glad that they're my sisters. School for me is a bittersweet experience and phase of my life. It was good as well as it was bad. And coming to friendships, it was a tricky space because my entire school, I was trying to fit in. I was trying to get adjusted. I was trying to be a part of some group. I was trying to be one of those girls. And it was so hard. It was so hard because I could never be me. I had to tone things down. I had to do things a certain way so that I was liked, I was loved, and I was accepted in the group because I did not want to be all by myself. So back in school, it was a group of 6 and 7. It was a blend of everyone. We had Malayalis, we also had Koreans, you had me. It was tricky because I realized trying to be good to everyone for them to like me while they already had people they really liked and spent time with. 2 of them were toppers in the group and they did not really like each other, but they also had to pretend that they liked each other. I was good to both of these people, but I really liked one of them though, and I did so many things for her because I genuinely liked her and I genuinely thought she'd like me too. However, she also had a set of people. It's also a very competitive space where your marks does matter. How much did you get? How much did you get? The phase where you're talking about boys, so yeah, that guy likes me and I like him. I got to know about that and this. It was all that, and I really just wanted that one person I could be with. So during my primary, I did have this one girl I really liked and I really loved spending time with. She was my best friend. Yeah, when we were in class 8, she left me. She just left, and she had another new friend that she made and she spent time with her all the time. And I still went and I thought like maybe if I just get adjusted, maybe if I speak to her, it'll all be fine. No, we used to come in the same car to the school. She would not talk to me in the car as well, and I didn't know what to do. I did not know how to speak to her. I did not know how to make conversations. I just did not, and I felt so miserable because that was one person I thought would stay throughout the time. And I started making conversations and making new friends, thinking that hopefully they'll like me. Then I became a part of this group, which also had mini subdivided groups. Most of the times I felt lost, and most of the times I felt like I was not a part of this place at all. On the other hand, Huda also struggled to make friends though, and I felt really bad because I could see her spending time all by herself, and I did not want that to happen. So she would come eat lunch with me, she'd spend time with me, we would go together, we'd come together. I used to take lunch boxes of these girls to go keep it on the rack, hoping that they might like me, and she would do that too. And I feel so bad that now that I think of it, I don't even know what these girls are doing right now. I don't even know what the boys are doing right now, but I hope they're doing good for themselves. But Zoya, on the other hand, had some friends. Huda hated school every little inch of her body. Me, on the other hand, as I said, I had a bittersweet moment with everything. Our first PU and second PU, which is now called school, and when I went there also, it was again another really hard space because you could see the division, you could see the elitism, you could see a lot of difference between how people are. A bunch of people who dress extremely well, a bunch of people who are rich, a bunch of people who don't know what's happening, a bunch of people who are toppers and studied well, and then we have a bunch of people who are clueless, a bunch of people who are average, and it was a chaotic place to begin with. But it's also a new experience because you have spent your 12 years here in school, starting from your LKG till 10th, and now you're moving to a whole different space, hoping that you might make new friends. Again, I did catch hold of one girl that I thought I would be friends with for good 2 years, who also left me. She left me, and this time I was able to talk to her, though. I was strong enough to go and tell her that I can't believe you did this to me. I can't believe that you're actually doing this to me, but what can you do? She's like, duh, okay, let me just pity friendship you. It was bad. And my benchmates were Samantha, who's still very close to me. We still speak. She's a really, really good friend of mine. I think she's somebody I know what she's doing, and she still checks up on me as to what I am doing. She was very kind. Obviously, she had her own group of friends that she would like to hang out with, but every time she got some time, she would spend time with me. So my first PU and second PU was also terrible. I would speak to people. I was good at speaking. I would talk to people, make communications and everything, but I could not be friends with them. I did not have a best friend, or I did not have somebody I could call and say that these are my people or this is my person. I just could not do that. After that, I came to Bangalore, and when I came to Bangalore, I made sure that this is not going to happen to me anymore. I think I started being a little more assertive. I knew what exactly I wanted to get myself into and what I wanted. So here I was a little popular, I can say. Everyone's like, how many best friends do you have? I'm like, I am your best friend. It does not have to mean the same. I was not a bitch. I was very, very sweet to people. If they were spending time with me, I would actively make sure that I'm spending time with them too. Made efforts into managing or maintaining the relationship. I would put up as much as efforts as they are doing it too. But in college, I had a group of 8. I'm still in touch with a lot of them from that group. I just attended a wedding of one of them. So it is really, really nice to know that they're doing good in life. College for me changed a lot of things. There is where I had my first best friend that actually put in as much as efforts I did. Until then, whoever I called best friends was out of pity because I wanted it so bad and so desperately. This one was Pushpa, and she was from Nepal. She was with me for 2 years because she was doing her PU and she had to go back. And also the girl I flew to Nepal for, and she was my best girl. She was sweet, she was kind, we had the best of time, we had the worst of time as well. We had the phase where we used to hate each other, we had the phase where we used to love each other, but I love the fact the amount of energy and effort she put in to build the relationship. If at all I didn't give her the attention, all the time she'd come like, why are you doing this to me? Talk to me right now. It felt nice knowing the fact that somebody cares enough to have me in their life. And then she went 2 years and she goes. I kind of felt like every time I want someone to be with me, they go. The best people that I've had, they're all abroad or they're very, very far away from me. They don't live right next to me. After making some meaningful friendships and knowing for a fact that these people will be there for me, or at least check up on me in the future, is when I had a dip. I had a crazy dip. I had no friends for 3 years. So during the emceeing times, you just can't make friends there. You meet them, they become your acquaintances. Again, you're connected to them because of work, but you're not really making healthy friendships that you would want to spend time with. And most of the things, a lot of friendship does not work is because any friendship for that matter needs time. You have to spend quality time with the person to know who they are, what they are, and how they want to spend, how you would like to be with them and how they should be with you. And that's exactly what happened to me here as well. Elton was there, but Elton was also living I don't know where though. Right now is when we live right next to each other, so we're able to meet, we're able to cook for each other, we're able to have fun. But at that time, it was no one, and it was so hard for me to make friends. When I went to the corporate, because after the pandemic I had no other option but to join an office and work full time, and when I did do that, I could not make friends there as well. But I did make one, she's still a very good friend of mine. It was just fun though. We could make conversations, we had a lot of things in common, and we still hang out at times. But she was this very sweet person, and also a person who kept pushing me into becoming a better person. She'd always keep telling me that you're not gonna stay here for a very long time, you have to get out, you're somebody filled with magic. You remember the positive affirmations that people tell or ask you to repeat to yourself? Imagine a human, that's not you telling it to you. she would always hype me up. And I think she was one of the most important part of my life, especially during that phase, that acted as positive friendship to me, where I realized that there are people who exist who care for your growth, who care for your well-being as much as you do. You might forget it, but they will constantly keep reminding you. And she was the one. She constantly kept telling me, she's like, I believe in you. I feel like you're made for bigger things, something amazing coming your way. I was in that office for 6 months, and November, things just work differently for me. You know, the content I'm putting out there starts working for me. Everything starts working for me. And even now, when it's her birthday or when we get to spend time, it's such a healthy friendship. There's no expectations. We don't meet on a regular basis. She's a mother of a kid, and I am here who's gullible and doesn't know what's happening in life. And the way she views me is so much more different. She doesn't look at me in a certain way. She's not judging me. And when I look at her, I just see this amazing woman who is capable of doing wonderful things, and she's doing it, by the way. She's amazing. I was in a relationship and I tried making this friends my friends. One of the things that I've learned with this is your boyfriends or your girlfriend's friends cannot be your friends. They ended up making a group talking about me. They hated me to bits, and I didn't even realize it because I just wanted to be a people pleaser. I just wanted them to like me, and my god, it was the worst. After the content creation, right, I again had no friends. I had no other option, nothing at all. I met Ritya in a shoot, and it was just very random though. She told me, I've heard your voice somewhere. I said, voice where? Are you on Instagram? I said, I make content for Instagram. Okay, yeah, I know you from there. We just gelled in seconds. We shot together, we ate together, we spent time together, and then we went out together. And I could finally be like, I am in Bangalore right now, moved to a new place, moved to a whole different location, and I finally made a new friend. She calls me up and she goes like, hey, guess what? I'm getting married and moving to Australia. Ah! You're kidding me! You can't be doing this. I was like, I'm happy for you, but why Australia? And at her wedding is where and when I met Kutapa, my best friend. I've always dreamt of having guys as my best friend, and I have guy friends, a lot of them, but not somebody who's like a best friend, you know, with just like, hey, there, and it's him. I met him at the wedding, and I think the bond we have right now is the cutest bond ever. But the friendship we have is extremely pure. There are times he'll just call me up like, hey, do you want to grab ice cream? Like, yeah, I'm gonna grab ice cream. And there are times we're just like, we have nothing to do. And then he introduced me to his boys, who also became my friends, and now there's a huge gang that I hang out with. And it's crazy because I never thought I could make friends. I never thought I could actually be friends with all of these people. And it's cute and crazy because all of these people are different. They're very unique, and each of them are able to cater me in different ways. And I'm not saying you should make friendship just in ways where you are benefited, but do not make friendship that drains your energy. Do not make friendship that you know for a fact is not helping you positively. Each of my friendship helped me in a different way. Someone's motivating me to be the best amazing person that I am, while another person's there for me to just make me happy. Another person's just a shopping best friend. Another person just wants to chill and not talk. But that's the beauty of friendships, right? You don't need reasons, you don't need definitions, or you don't need an apt reason for a person to exist in their life. They can exist just being themselves, but not draining your energy or not taking away things from you. Influencers, another tricky thing is you respect their work, you love them, but it's again a very hard task to choose one of them to be a very close friend. Sonam was one of the people who reached out to me in the beginning of my journey, and she was this first influencer to reach out to me. Very kind, very sweet, and we became really good friends. I would just tell her I'm in Delhi and she'd be like, come, I'll take care of you. In Mumbai, I'll take care of you. Then I went on a trip to Singapore. That's where I met Apurva. Another amazing thing to happen to me. This girl, as I said, right, for me friendships have always been having to spend time with another person. But as Apurva and I keep talking about it here and there, and we say if we were to meet just once or twice, I don't think we'd ever be friends. For us to spend those 10 days together is what got us close. It was trauma bonding, but I think it's the best bonding to ever exist. We just gelled so much together, and then we went to Goa, and then we went to Vietnam, and then I went to Mumbai for her housewarming. And you know, she's one of the girls I can do anything for. When I make friends and when I genuinely care about that person, I can do anything for you guys, like anything. I want you to do good. I want you to do amazing. I want to shower you with gifts. I want to take you out. I want to cook for you. I want to clean for you. It just naturally comes from me to do things for them, because I think it's knowing the fact that I did not have a lot of that during my childhood or while I was young, and now that I'm able to get it all, I want to cater the same thing to you. And my sisters, as I said, at that time they were my sisters, but right now they're my best friends. These girls form the whole world to me. These girls are the best part of my life. They encourage me to do things that at times I forget. And that's when I know that friendships should be healthy and friendship should make you happy. Friends who are in your life should make you want to feel like you're the best thing to ever exist in this planet Earth. And right now, the kind of friends I have, it took time. I'm glad I didn't lose hope, and I'm glad I kept trying. To everyone whose names I've not taken, I have Khushbu, I have Kavita, I have so many that I just can't randomly take names out of. But you guys all should know that you guys form such important part of my life. You guys form such important parts of my life, and I'm so grateful that you actively want to stay here. There's a lot of other new friends that I've made, Shailesh, Vinesh, but it's crazy and cool because all of these people have different things to do. You know, one's a chef, one's a lawyer, one's into corporates, one's a fashion stylist, so much more, and I get to learn so much. But it's also really, really amazing to be able to spend time and take things out there and know for a fact that I finally have people who are there for me. I finally have people who can do anything for me. The new addition is definitely Pranav, who also has become this really sweet part. Like hey, can we do a dance reel? It's so hard to convince men to do a dance reel, and he is always ready. And we're just like doing, okay, let's do this way, let's do that way. But it's just so sweet to know for a fact that the kind of people I have around me are the best people to ever exist. But I'm really, really grateful that they exist. I'm really grateful that they are here with me. And I hope you also know for a fact that you deserve to be in healthy friendships. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be in friendships that make you feel like you're the best person to ever exist and never settle down. It might look a little tricky right now, but you got this. This is it for positive friendships. I think my experiences might help you in some way. I do not want to sound a little preachy, and that's why I kept it more experience based. Let me know what you guys think about it. Until next time, sayonara. This is Veera Datarana signing off. Love you.